Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today for week 5 of our Stitch Pink sew along, making the together quilt. Today is the very best day of the sew along because I get to show you how to put it together, and I have a fun surprise for you. When I was making all the step outs for all of these videos and making extra blocks, I realized that I could actually take the blocks that I made as I showed you the process over the last few weeks and come up with a smaller piece using those blocks. And so you can also do that too. You can make the full quilt, and if you want a smaller piece as well for a wall hanging or a table topper, what I'm going to show you today to demonstrate putting the quilt together will work for that. So let's get started. So just to review, we have made 6 different types of blocks actually. And we started with the simple hearts, and we also made the white center hearts. We did simple hearts with squares, and we did groups of 4 simple hearts, and we started early, remember, on our alternating blocks, and then we made the strip piece blocks with the simple hearts, and then just last week we worked on making our sashing strips and our 9-patch posts. Now, I always think that putting a quilt together using a sashing arrangement like this is actually one of the easiest ways to put together a quilt, because you have so much, I guess, leeway, because you have these solid fabrics, a solid strip of fabric that is going next to your block, so you don't have seams to match up or anything. And it's just a really fun way for me to sash a quilt. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, well, first I'll just explain that what you're going to do is you're going to follow the diagram on the pattern, and you're just going to lay out the blocks exactly as they are shown in the pattern. So an alternate block, and then you'll put your heart block, an alternate block, and each time you'll note the pattern and place the block in the position that it goes. Now, if you're following the pattern exactly, you can lay out just a row at a time. If you've changed it up a little, I would really suggest laying out all your blocks in the beginning so that you can move things around if you have colors that you want to kind of adjust as to where they fall in the quilt. So again, if you're following the pattern exactly, feel free to just sew a row at a time, and if not, you might want to lay out the whole thing. You will be sewing 2 different types of rows. Let me just show you quickly. At the top and bottom of the quilt, you will be sewing 9-patch and sashing rows. And these rows will always start with a 9-patch, and they will always end with a 9-patch. And you'll be making 7 of these rows, and they will have 6 9-patches in them and 5 sashing strip pieces. So you'll be making 7 of those rows, and it's going to be really easy for you to sew together because these seams should nest. If you last week we pressed everything to the pink dots, and so those seams, as we've talked about in several of these videos, those seams will nest when you sew them together. So in the past, I've sewn all these rows at the same times. Sometimes I sew them kind of as leaders and enders while I'm putting my other blocks together. Okay, so 7 rows like this, and then you'll be making 6 rows that will actually have your heart blocks with the sashings on either side. And it's always going to alternate between a heart block and an alternate block. And those rows will be just made up of blocks and sashing strips. And again, you can just follow the pattern and follow along in the order in which to place those. You'll notice by looking at the pattern too, the top row starts with an alternate block, and then the second row starts with a heart block. The third row starts with an alternate block, heart block, alternate. So those also switch around. Once we get all those rows together, there's just one outer border included in the pattern. Now the quilt finishes at 64.5 inches by 75.5 inches. So if you wanted to make it a true twin size quilt or even bigger, it would be super simple to pick another border fabric and just add another border or two even on the outside of the background border that we're going to have surrounding our quilt. But let me just show you briefly my little idea that I came up with that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So we have, as I mentioned, we have 5 different blocks. And so what I thought would be really fun would be to lay them out in a 9-patch setting. Okay, so I've just kind of played around with this layout. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, and I'll get some more of these pieces that I need and show you the full layout in just a second. But I'm going to make a little wall hanging or table topper using just the 5 separate blocks that we've made and 4 separate alternate blocks. And I'll get the rest of those pieces and kind of play around with the layout and lay it out for you here in just a second. Okay, as I mentioned, I went and I finished up some of those pieces that I need. I really wanted to kind of show you this with a more complete layout. So as I mentioned earlier, you are going to be making rows where you just sew your 9-patch sections together with the sashing sections. If you're making the full quilt, it will be longer than this, but those rows will always start and end with a 9-patch. And then you'll be sewing your block rows together. And again, those will also be bigger. Just look at the pattern diagram. But these rows will also start and end with a sashing piece. And then I've sewn sashing rows and 9-patch rows to the block rows so you can see. And you're always going to press everything as you're putting this together to the sashing pieces. So I'll just flip that over for so you can kind of see. So all the block seams get pressed toward that sashing row, and even where the 9 patches are, those get pressed toward the sashing rows. And so I've already sewn the bottom row on this, so just to show you that the top and the bottom of the quilt do have these sashing and 9-patch rows. And I'm going to put this all together, and then I'm going to do, and this is exactly what you'll be doing for the large quilt, is the outer border is just the tone-on-tone dot fabric. And so you will measure the left and right sides of your quilt and cut your side border pieces to that measurement. And I always sew the left side and the right side on first and press out. And then after that, I will measure the width and I'll add the top and the bottom pieces. Now I am actually super excited about this kind of like little bonus project that you can make. This is going to be a great Valentine's wall hanging or table topper. So I love the fact that I have now the full-size quilt, and I also have this, and I'm going to actually be taking this to the quilter right away, and then we will film the ending of this video when I have this back so you can see this. Okay, I'm actually back with this after it's back from my quilter, Val Krieger, and I am so excited about the beautiful quilting job that she did on this. Custom quilting. I just want to kind of do a close-up right here. I love the hearts that she did with the little loops and swirls in the outer border. This is about, I think it's about 41 inches by 41 inches. You could make it easily bigger if you added a second border, or even made this one bigger. You could make this one smaller and then add a couple more borders. The options are really up to you for how big you want to make this, but for me this 41 by 41 size just makes a great wall hanging. And I did go ahead and use the pink daisy, the daisies on the pink for my binding. For my full-size together quilt, I just went ahead and used this same dot for the binding, but I thought, oh, it'd be fun to like just add a touch of whimsy and put these daisies out here. So this is what you can do. There will be a PDF with kind of the particulars for this. You will need to refer to the pattern for all of the measurements and numbers, but I just wanted to just make a quick little PDF if you're just interested in making the wall hanging, so that you can know exactly which pages to go to in the pattern and how many things that you'll need to use from that. It'll just make it a lot easier. And that PDF will be free. You will have to have the pattern to go along with it. Okay, so this is it. It kind of seems a little bit sad. We're finishing up a 5-week journey with this quilt, and I've really enjoyed filming all of these videos and really enjoyed making both my full-size quilt and my wall hanging quilt. I hope that you'll enjoy making whichever size you are making as you sew along, and I just really appreciate all of the support for this fun quilt along, and hope that you will have a great rest of the year as you sew and finish working on this quilt and your other projects. Thanks so much for stopping by.